morning, everybody. What is up? It's me, Jason McIntyre, joined by Geoff Schwartz and a new guest, a special guest, Clinton Portis, former NFL star running back. It's us. It's Talk the Line. You guys know the drill. We're here to serve you, the gambling audience. Hit us up on social media. Hit us with the hashtag Talk the Line. We know you're in our Facebook group, okay? We've seen all the comments. We love the positivity. Now let's make some money. 60 questions in 60 minutes, or we're going to die trying, one or the other. Let's get to our new guest, Clinton Portis. How are you, man? How you doing, Clinton?
I'm good, man. What's going on?
Yeah, listen, it's a beautiful morning. We got a great slate of games. Let's get started with our first question right off the bat, coming in from, let's see, our Dave C. Any special offers to get the day going? Let's go to our favorite odds maker for the answer.
Offers for you every NFL Sunday. And this week, let's focus on the star running backs. You can triple your money if Alvin Kamara and Derrick Henry both score touchdowns this Sunday. Kamara coming off that 3-touchdown performance against the Niners. He's going to be used heavily with Drew Brees out at the moment. And Derrick Henry, he's got 8 touchdowns in his last 10 games. And Henry gets 92% of the carry share inside the 5. So when the Titans get down there, that's where the ball's going. Henry, Kamara, touchdowns, triple your money.
Wow, that's enticing. Clinton Portis, former NFL running back with the Broncos and Washington. Are Kamara and Henry going to get in the end zone and triple your money?
Listen, I wish I could parlay this because I would go all in on that happening with no Drew Brees and the quarterback situation being iffy in New Orleans. Alvin Kamara is going to score regardless. And going back to what Derrick Henry did in the playoffs last year against the Ravens, he's going to get in the end zone. So I would think in the Ravens game, it's probably going to be a sloppy day, a cold day. Therefore, Henry will score. And when you look at the Saints, they got to run the ball like 50 times because Taysom Hill does not throw passes. So, therefore, I expect Kamara to get in as well.
Tough to disagree with that. Let's get to question 2. And from Ash P., our favorite game of the weekend. Now, listen, this is a ridiculously good slate for Week 11. Ash P., favorite game of the weekend. Let's see the board here. Listen, I really like a couple, but Geoff Schwartz, I would like you to get us started. Your favorite game this weekend.
If you've listened on Thursday, you read what I've written for Fox Sports this week. It is the Kansas City Chiefs -7 in Oakland. The most motivated we will see Kansas City the entire season. They will smack down the Raiders.
Ooh, confidence. All right, Clinton, what do you got? Favorite game this weekend?
I would have to agree with Geoff because, as we said Thursday, we're both looking forward to this game. I think the Chiefs and the Reed, coming off of our week, will be ready for the Raiders. They're going to return that. They're going to avenge that one loss.
Wow. Okay, you guys on the same side. Tough to disagree with that. Can I go with my New York Jets against the Chargers?
Oh.
I don't know if you guys saw this. Listen, this is why it's my favorite game. The Jets are starting 2 undrafted rookies in the secondary, okay? It could get ugly. Justin Herbert could go for 400 yards. I've said enough about the Jets. Let's get to question 3. Let's move it. Michael T., what's the one game to absolutely stay away from this weekend? I'll start this off. Atlanta, New Orleans. I don't like uncertainty. I don't know what I'm getting from Taysom Hill. He's thrown 18 passes in 3 years. Clinton, I know you like this game. I don't want to touch it. Your thoughts?
I would agree with you. I'm a huge Saints fan. I love Drew Brees. I love Sean Payton. But being that Taysom Hill isn't proven in the passing game, and you have to get those weapons the ball. It could be effective because they throw short passes. So I think Sean Payton can create something, but I wouldn't bank on it. I would stay away from this game as well.
All right,
stay
Geoff,
away
is the from this weekend. Just punt it into next week.
The stay away this weekend is the Jets and the Chargers. Come on, Jason. You cannot bet your money. Anyone, do not put any of your money, no pizza sprinkling, nothing on the Jets and the Chargers. This game stinks. Stay away from it. 10-point favorites? Seriously?
What, you don't want to put money on Anthony Lynn as a big favorite?
Stay away.
Let's get to question 4. Moving on, 60 questions in 60 minutes. We're going to do it. Damon W., Miami or Broncos? Ooh, Clinton, you played for the Denver Broncos. Let's get it started here. Who you got?
I played for them, but I'm not betting with them. I would have to take the Miami Dolphins. When they benched Tua, I said, you know what? That was a bad move because I thought Fitzpatrick was playing at a high level and had the team buying in. All of a sudden, you see Tua in this offense and what that defense brings to the game. They're just controlling the ball offensively and allowing their defense to shut everyone down. I take the Dolphins with those 4 points.
I like the Dolphins here for many reasons. One is they're just playing very well as a team, right? Defensively, really good. Jason, you mentioned last week, special teams, number one in the NFL in special teams. That is huge when you go on the road. Tua just has to do enough here, but look at the Broncos. They got smoked by the Raiders. Drew Lock may or may not play this weekend. We don't really know quite yet. I go with the Dolphins here, a sure thing. I think they win this game by a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's a little scary. We all like the Dolphins here. A rookie quarterback on the road in Denver. I'll point out the special teams. Miami, number one in the league. Denver, currently 29th. And Drew Lock, turnover machine. I got to take the Dolphins here. Let's get to question number 5. Can Miles Sanders get me 100 yards today? Now, Philly is in Cleveland. Let's get a weather update from windy Cleveland.
Let's take a look at the weather in Cleveland as Carson Wentz and the Eagles visit the Browns in Week 11. It will be a wet afternoon as a system moves through the Midwest on Sunday. Rain chances will increase to 60% coverage by kickoff and continue through the fourth quarter. As for temperatures, they will remain in the low 50s. Showers will be on everyone's mind, but without strong winds, these offenses shouldn't have a problem moving the ball later today.
Okay, it's going to be a sloppy one, Clinton, former running back. You love to play in the slop. Well, can Miles Sanders get this kid, Matt Z, 100 yards today?
Well, she said offensives love to move the ball. They can't move the ball when there's not bad weather. So looking at this, I think Sanders gets you 100 yards because both teams are going to have to run the ball. Neither trust their quarterback right now. So I think both backs go over 100 yards.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. Let's get to question 6. Colin S. chiming in. Is Atlanta the play after the Drew Brees injury? Let's get to Dr. Matt P. Here we go.
Saints quarterback Drew Brees took a big hit last week. He suffered a collapsed lung as well as broken ribs on his right side, and he may have also had some broken ribs partially on his left side. With all of these injuries, I expect Drew to be out at least 4 weeks and maybe up to 6 weeks. And when he returns, I expect his productivity to be down about 15%. And that's just because your rib cage is really important to be able to put a lot of mustard behind that ball and throw that ball with force and accuracy. What else? Without Drew Brees, the Saints produce about 100 yards less total offense and about 110 yards less in passing.
Wow, Dr. P coming in hot with some charts. Look how we're stepping up our game. We're leveling up this week. Dr. P, look at these charts. That is phenomenal. Now, Geoff, I've got to ask you, as an offensive lineman, you're used to doing the quick blocking for Drew Brees. Now you got a totally new guy in there in Taysom Hill. Any thoughts on, Atlanta versus New Orleans here?
Yeah, there's a lot of unknown with Taysom Hill, right? Are they going to run this little gadget Wildcat offense? Are they going to run more of their traditional offense? Sean Payne says he wants to test out what Taysom Hill can do. That leads me to believe they're going to run their regular offense, which I don't think Taysom Hill's going to be good at. I really like Atlanta here. I liked them before when Winston was going to start. I like them even more now. I think they actually win this game outright in New Orleans.
Interesting. All right, let's get to question number 7. DeAnthony checking. I love that first name, DeAnthony R. Question number 7, America's game of the week, Green Bay or the Colts? I will just get this started. Guys, I loaded up on the Packers. I feel kind of good. I just noticed, we'll get to the line shortly, it looks like it's coming down my way. It was 2.5 a little bit. I like the Packers here. Aaron Rodgers getting Lazard back. Devontae Adams will play. Both Green Bay starting corners, Alexander and King, they're back. I just think this is a great offense, and I think the defense shows up. I like the Packers. Clinton, where are you on this one?
Well, Geoff had convinced me that Indy was the pick here, but I like the Packers. I hate to bet against Aaron Rodgers, especially with him getting weapons back. So Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams is too much for the Colts in Indy.
All right, so Geoff, you're on an island, huh?
I am on an island. I'm fine with being on this island because I'm betting on the team with the better offensive line and the better defensive line. I get the more physical team in the Colts, and the Packers have shown, whether Tampa, whether Niners last season, that the more physical team can dominate the Packers. So give me the Colts at home here. I don't love Phillip Rivers, betting on Phillip Rivers, but I like the physicality of the Colts team.
Okay, so 2 Packers, 1 Colts. Let's get to question number 8. We're moving, guys. We are rolling. Remember, hit us up on social media. Use the Talk the Line hashtag. Jason S. checking in. Does Tom Brady finally get hot in a primetime game? Ooh. Tom Brady, primetime. Geoff Schwartz, I'll let you fire on this one.
Yeah, I know that Jason and I both like the Bucs in this game, but I think we like it for other reasons besides Tom Brady. I don't think he gets going in this game. The Rams' pass defense, guys, is really good. Aaron Donald obviously rushing the passer. I think the Bucs win this game because the other side, the Rams' offense, is going to struggle. I don't think he gets going in this game, Tom does, but they do enough to cover the 4 points.
Yeah, we know that the Bucs are 0-3 against the spread in primetime games this year. Tampa Bay's worse in primetime than Jay Leno. Seriously, it's getting ugly. I do, however, think the defense shows up big time in this one. Let's get to question number 9. You like that joke? A little Jay Leno action? I mean, it's dated, but this is what I do. All right, Terry K checking in. Derek Carr has been balling this season. Tell me he takes down the Chiefs again. All right, Geoff Schwartz, who has a brother who's on the Chiefs. We'll let you take all Chiefs questions first today, Geoff. They're yours.
My brother's not playing today, by the way, so that I don't know if that clouds my answer or not. But look, the Chiefs typically allow 2 passes a game over 20 yards. They allowed 6 the first contest against the Raiders. I think it goes back to the other direction. The Chiefs defense understands Carr can beat them deep. They shut everything down. They force Carr to throw everything underneath. I do not think Carr gets going today. I think they rely heavily on their run game, does the Raiders, and the Raiders come nowhere close to winning this game.
Yeah, Clinton, any thoughts there on Derek Carr? He's hitting like 73% of his passes. We know the Chiefs love to play his zone. What do you think?
Well, Carr has been really accurate. Where they could hurt the Chiefs is Waller underneath that zone coverage, and he can run. So, therefore, he's capable of creating big plays downfield. But as we said earlier, the Chiefs are going to win by 2 touchdowns, man.
Wow. Clinton and Geoff are loaded up, folks. We're going to have fun with this if the Chiefs don't come through next week. I promise you that. All right, let's
We're going to forget about it. Short memory.
Yeah, like a quarterback. Tyler J., you think Pittsburgh can win the Super Bowl? He's skipping over Jacksonville. Tyler's like, forget about Jacksonville. Forget about Baltimore on Thanksgiving. Can Pittsburgh win the Super Bowl this season? Clinton, you want to get us started here?
I think it's tough. Just looking at Pittsburgh's style of play, they've struggled in some games that you thought they would have blowouts, especially going back, you look at the Cowboys game. So I don't think they could win the Super Bowl just because you still have the Chiefs. You have some teams that I think are really good. So that one team and having the Chiefs keep the Steelers from winning.
Geoff, I mean, I really like the Steelers this season. I think the toughest competition will be the Chiefs, obviously. It looks like Baltimore's taking a step back. I've seen nothing from the Chiefs to facing a good defense this year. Pittsburgh, an elite defense. I don't see why they can't shut them down and get past them in the AFC playoffs.
Can they win the Super Bowl? Sure. Is it a small margin of error? Yes, right? Against Kansas City, they have the defense to do so. They rush the passer. We know that can affect any good offense, and we saw in the Super Bowl that it did. But I'm still worried about the offense. They don't run the ball terribly well, which is not as important, I think, as keep developing the explosive pass game. We saw a little bit of that last week. We'll see how they do today, right? They're not good on the road as big favorites. We'll see if they learn their lesson against the Cowboys and play well in Jacksonville today.
That's a great note. No, Mike Tomlin, 1-9 against the spread as a double-digit favorite on the road. That's a little scary. Let's get to question number 11. Drew R. Oh, thinking of the word scary. Does Scary Terry find the end zone this weekend? Clinton, as a former Washington running back, your thoughts on Scary Terry against the Bengals secondary? We got a Terry McLaurin prop here to score a touchdown. Your thoughts?
He has to score a touchdown. Who else is going to score a touchdown? It's either Scary Terry or Gibson when it comes to the Washington football team. So, yes, I would say Scary Terry gets going early. Alex Smith, I think Alex Smith and Terry, once they form the connection, and that becomes his go-to guy where he's getting 8 to 10 attempts a game, Scary Terry is going to get better.
Yeah, Bengals secondary hasn't been able to stop a nosebleed this season. Let's get to question number 12. Matt P. firing. Ooh, now this is a juicy one, folks. With all these injuries, who is the better bet, the Panthers or the Lions? Now, there's been crazy line movement. Let's get to producer Conrad, who's got the latest on Lions-Panthers.
What's up, guys? We know this game has been a roller coaster all week long. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater went down last game with a right knee injury. We didn't know if he was going to play this week, but still, the Panthers opened up as a 2-point favorite. Since then, this line has literally been all over the place. With injury news looking bleak for Bridgewater throughout the week, the Lions actually moved to 1-point favorites around Wednesday or Thursday before the news broke that they were going to be without their running back DeAndre Swift and wide receivers Kenny Golladay and Danny Amendola. The line has flipped all the way back to Carolina, favored by 2 late Saturday night before Bridgewater was officially out for today. Now Detroit favored by 3.
Wow.
Good luck with this one, guys.
That's a wild one. The up to the minute, Jay Glazer, I think of Fox, just broke the news. Bridgewater is out today, and the Lions are favored by 3. Clinton, I don't know. DeAndre Swift looked so good last week against your Washington Football Club. To me, this is a kind of a stay away, but where are you at on this one?
This would be the game that I stay away from. I'm so afraid of this line just because of the unknown. You have so many people filling in, and we know Adrian Peterson is capable of running wild against any team, but it's just scaring me because the Lions don't really want to run the ball, and you're talking about splitting carries between Scarborough and Peterson. So who knows? I would completely stay away from this game. This is one of those games. It doesn't matter what happened. You don't care. You don't want to watch it anyway. So don't watch it. Stay away from it.
Jeff, Kenny Golladay is instrumental to the Lions. They're 0-4 against the spread this year without him at wide receiver. Where are you on Panthers Lions?
I'm near a stay away, but I'll tell you what, the Lions have the better quarterback, right? They have the better team right now. The Panthers have lost 5 in a row. The Panthers are not playing good football right now. Now they don't have their quarterback. I feel like we overthink this sometimes. Take the Lions minus the 3 here. The better team, the better quarterback, needing to win this game to keep pace in their division. I think the Lions cover this spread and win by at least a field goal.
Ooh, who's got the better coach in that one, though, Jeff? Huh? Matt Patricia?
You need talent sometimes. Sometimes you need players to play. They don't have players to play.
All right, let's get to question number 13. Jack B in the building. Remember, guys, hit us on the hashtag Talk the Line. We're on social media. Well, not me during the show, but, the producers are. They'll tell us what you're sending us. Jack B, is Taysom Hill the answer for the Saints? Now, Clinton, I'll start with you here. Dr. P earlier said that Drew Brees could not be right for several weeks. So Taysom Hill, the answer. Look at that over-under. Oh, my gosh. 179.5 passing yards. Your thoughts?
If Sean Payton doesn't know if Taysom Hill is the answer, who am I to answer this question? Sean Payton doesn't know, and neither does Clinton Portis. I think Jameis Winston will be in this game in the second half because you can't run the ball the entire first half and become one-dimensional. If the Falcons get up, which we know the Falcons are capable of scoring points, they're getting Calvin Ridley back. So you got Julio, you got Calvin. You're going to have to keep up with them. So I don't think the Saints can do it.
Yeah, Jeff, any thoughts on Taysom Hill? I mean, he's kind of a gadget guy. He's thrown a total of 5 passes this season. Where are you on this prop?
I just don't get this. I don't understand the infatuation with Taysom Hill being your quarterback. Nothing has shown that he is the future of your program. Are you going to go from having a sophisticated offense to running the Wildcat the entire game? I just don't see this. So I would go under here, his pass yards. I think the point everyone has made this week is, look, in the end, Jameis Winston will throw more passes in this game than will Taysom Hill.
That's a good take. And just to remember, gamblers, you don't have to fire on every game and every prop. You got to find places where you can find an edge. It's pretty clear the experts here, that's us, we have no idea how things are going. Get to question number 14. Low T. Rams whip. Look at this guy. Tampa Bay on Monday Night Football, right? Well, Dr. P has a huge injury update from Rams Bucks.
The Rams left tackle, Andrew Whitworth, went down last week with a very tough knee injury. I think this injury is going to keep Andrew out about 5, maybe up to 6 weeks. When he returns, I expect Andrew's productivity to actually be quite good, maybe down about 5 to 8% in snap percentage. In addition, our data shows that Andrew Whitworth does have a big presence on the offensive line, as we've shown that a healthy offensive line versus one that's injured scores about 7 less overall points for the Rams, and they get 30 less yards. I expect this to recover to near normal when Andrew returns.
Yikes. Oh, my gosh. Listen, Dr. P showing out this week with the charts. I'm loving these graphs. This is next level stuff, folks. Jeff, you're the offensive lineman on the staff here. I feel bad. Whitworth is out. How much of an impact will this have on the Rams offense?
Huge impact on the Rams offense. Look at Jared Goff under pressure this season. 31st in completion percentage, 28th in yards per attempt, and 29th in passer rating. Just last week in the 17 snaps that Andrew Whitworth missed against Seattle, the pressure rate on Goff went up 10%. Now they go to Tampa, their 5th trip so far to the East Coast to play that Tampa defensive line, that Tampa pressure scheme. Jared Goff is not going to have a good game. I do not think the Rams go into Tampa and whip on Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, let's get to. Ooh, wow. Coming through. Guys, every week there's something new. Love it. Love it. Let's get to question 15. 15. Sam M. No way the Chargers can cover -10. Should I take the Jets here? First of all, I'm hungry for pancakes, and I'm thinking about food. That's not good with 40 minutes left. I'll quickly go with the Jets here. Don't take the Jets, okay? Bosa is back for the Chargers. And, if you listen closely to what he was saying this week, he was a little disappointed with how poorly the defense has shown. He is their leader. I think Bosa comes out, and it's not like Joe Flacco's mobile. He's in cement shoes back there. This could get ugly. We've seen the Chargers struggle in close games. They lose all of them. I would not be surprised with like a 40-13 Chargers win here. Jeff, your thoughts, Mr. Pancakes?
Well, geez. I mean, I would never bet an Anthony Lynn team favored by 10 points or more. And look, Justin Herbert cut his hair this week. Maybe that's a good sign. Maybe he's looking to change the Chargers' luck with a haircut. But nonetheless, man, just stay away from this game, folks. You don't even want to watch this game. Why would you want to bet on this game?
So, Clinton, were you teammates with Frank Gore at Miami? I didn't check the bio. Frank Gore, obviously, with the Jets. He might be their number one back. P. Ryan and him splitting carries. Where are you on the Jets and Chargers?
Listen, I was with Frank Gore in Miami, and I was with Anthony Lynn in Denver. So, therefore,
I'm sorry.
Hey, listen, you just said that the Chargers struggle in close games. No, they were up in those games. They were up double digits in those games and found a way to lose it. So when I look at this game, I don't see the Jets defense, Greg Williams, allowing you to go out and beat them by 10. This is a professional team. They do have talent, and they have been playing above average defensively as of late.
I love the balance here. Jeff and I bag on Anthony Lynn. Clinton's like, yo, I play with this guy. Back up off him. Let's get to question 16. Terrence M. Can the Patriots still win the AFC? Can I call it the AFC least? I hope I can, Terrence. Jeff, you want to take this one?
I mean, can they? I think anything's possible. Will they? No. They're not good enough right now. I think they do go into Houston today and beat the Texans because the Texans aren't good either. But there's just too much in front of them, right? The Dolphins are playing a lot better right now. Buffalo's far more dynamic than New England. New England had to play almost a perfect game to beat them, and they lost in Buffalo. So I would say no. Even though the value here is good, but I would not take this right now.
Clinton, any thoughts on the Patriots? Listen, plus 1,200 with arguably the greatest coach in NFL history. You put $100 on that, and you could get some nice Christmas presents for your kids. Plus 1,200 Patriots. Can you bite on that, Clinton?
I can't bite on it, but this is the time of year that football teams actually separate themselves. We've seen it numerous times. Teams start off hot, but after week 8, you're talking about November, December football. This is where playoff contenders are made, and this is where the teams is not ready and not used to it kind of fold because the weather changed and everything else. But I don't think the Patriots come back and win the AFC East. I actually think the Dolphins do.
Dolphins, okay. The Buffalo Bills and the Bills Mafia, hashtag Bills Mafia, they're fired up about that, Clinton. They don't take that lightly. All right, let's move it. Question 17. Remember, hashtag talk the line on social media. Ethan L., if Tua leads my Dolphins to the playoffs, he is the clear-cut rookie of the year. Tell me why I'm wrong. Now, I do believe we have a prop on Tua. There it is. Whoa, look at those odds. Now, Jeff, you and I kind of discussed this a few weeks ago. It was Herbert or Burrow, and I said, take a look at that Miami schedule. They have one of the easiest in their league the rest of the way. Jeff, are you still feeling confident it's Burrow or Herbert, or can Tua sneak in there?
I'm fairly certain you wrote this question, so we have to talk about this subject each and every week. Look, the Dolphins have won 3 straight games with Tua, right? But they have not won because of Tua. They've scored 5 times on defensive special teams. They have only 6 offensive touchdowns the last 3 weeks. That's not something that you would look at and say, hey, rookie of the year Tua, right? Now, he can obviously play a lot better. He can lead them to a win today in Denver. It could be all because of him. But right now, Burrow's playing a lot better with less. Justin Herbert's playing a lot better with a little bit more. He's got good weapons. I would lean to Burrow or Herbert right now, unless Tua starts winning games because of Tua.
All right, Clinton, any quick thoughts? Offensive Rookie of the Year?
Just because I want one of those cigars and Geoff backdrop, I have to agree with him. When you talk about what Joe Burrow is doing in Cincinnati with less, no running game, Joe Mixon has been out most of the season. Herbert coming in, as he said, Tua has won 3 games. These guys have played almost the entire season, especially Herbert by default. But once he got to the helm, he's actually looked pretty good. So the Chargers aren't losing because of Justin Herbert. The Bengals aren't winning because of Burrow, and the Dolphins aren't winning because of Tua. So I think these guys all have a long way to go, but Burrow or Herbert.
All right, let's get to question number 18. Mike B. Question 18, Pittsburgh lock of the weekend. Geoff, I thought we told the people last weekend, don't use the word lock, guys. It doesn't exist. We've been gambling collectively here for, 20 years, maybe more. There's no such thing as a lock. That being said, I'm on Pittsburgh at -10, -10.5. Mike Tomlin stats be damned. Geoff, you back in Pittsburgh here?
So here's why I'm with you here. Now, the 10.5, that little hook is not great, right? That means Pittsburgh has to win now by 11 instead of 10, and a lot of games do fall on that 10 number. But here's why. They've talked about all week, knowing the stat that you just laid out, Jason. Tomlin 1-9 as a double-digit road favorite in his career. They understand they did not play well in Dallas a couple weeks ago. They're going to come out, in my opinion, and play very well this week. I don't know if I would put my money on it, maybe a little pizza money on the Steelers here, but I do think the Steelers override those bad stats and win this game by at least 11 points.
Pizza money on this. Clinton, I do want to ask you, next week, Pittsburgh Ravens rematch on Thanksgiving Day. That's like the night game. It's the dessert for Thanksgiving. As a player, did you ever think, hey, man, this game's okay, we're playing a bad team, but next week we got the rivals, we got to smash them? Does that factor in at all here to Pittsburgh and their offense and defense?
It doesn't. In the NFL, it's 1 week at a time, 1 game at a time. You don't have an opportunity to think about what's coming after this. If you start overlooking teams, you kind of get hit in the mouth. I was on the team that lost to those Lions that hadn't won a game. And I would love to say it was because we overlooked the Lions and weren't expecting, and we lost to the Rams as well when they were going through their losing streak. So I was on 2 of those teams that you kind of look down on opponents and say, well, these guys can't match up with us. And then they come out and hit you in the mouth. So you got to be prepared.
Yeah, no such thing as a lock, Mike, but we do like the Steelers.
Well, money line, you can lock a money line, but I wouldn't lock a minus 11.
A lot of money on the money line. Look at that. Come on. Are you putting up $500 to win 100? I don't need 100 that badly.
Now you add another team. You turn that into a 2-team or a 3-team.
Look at this. He's talking parlay.
On your parlay, man. Yeah, on your parlay. Come on. This is straight bet.
Love it. Question 19. Dave M. Lamar Jackson does not look the same. That's correct. Would you take the Titans and the points? Before we give our thoughts, big injury update from Tennessee. Here's Dr. P.
Titans pass rusher Jadeveon Clowney has had a knee injury that has kept him in and out of the lineup. Jadeveon did not practice Wednesday or Thursday because of this nagging knee issue. At this point, Jadeveon's dealing with both meniscus and cartilage problems in that right knee that can lead to recurrent swelling and pain that's related to amount of load or amount how much you play on the field. If Jadeveon plays this weekend, we can expect his productivity to be down about 20% or a 20% less snap percentage.
Ooh. Oh, man, that is not good news for Clowney and the Titans. I just look, guys, the Titans are down 7 starters today. Geoff, before you weigh in on this, also, we just talked about a look ahead for Pittsburgh. Tennessee has a rematch with Indy next week. It's only week 12, but that could be for the division. Where are you on Tennessee and Baltimore here?
Yeah, Baltimore plays Pittsburgh on Thursday too. So Look, this line has felt weird to me the entire week. I don't have a great feel for it, but I'll tell you this. Baltimore obviously is still very, very highly valued by the lines makers, right? They just lost in New England, kind of a crummy game, but are still favored by almost a touchdown against a good Tennessee Titans. I think that tells you guys that Vegas feels very highly about what the Ravens can do in this game. Tennessee Titans are very bad on third down defense, like horrifically bad. 31st, 32nd in the NFL. They let the Bengals a couple weekends ago, 67% on third down. So that's why I lean toward Baltimore here ever so slightly, because I don't think the Titans can stop the Ravens at all. And lastly here is the Tennessee Titans have been worse on offense without their left tackle, Taylor Lewan. Since he's been out in 4 games, Ryan Tannehill is down 15% completion percentage without Taylor Lewan. They don't run the ball as well. They don't score as many points without him. It's a big loss. I think Baltimore covers this game by touchdown.
So, Clinton, you played obviously NFL running back. How does an offense with Lamar Jackson, Mark Ingram, J.K. Dobbins go from number 1 in the league last year? They are 24th in the league this year in offense. How does that happen? Like, I still don't understand it.
Easy. You lose some offensive linemen. Teams realize you're only throwing between the numbers, and that's what they begin to take away. They're not worried about you throwing outside. You can't get the ball to your outside receivers. You don't really have any dominant threats outside either. So your running back has been out most of the year. You bring in a rookie in Dobbins, and you're trying to get him going. But this would be a great team to add to that money line bet that I just told you about. Money line these, you have 2 teams that you can money line to get your money right.
Okay, all right. I like it.
You're almost at 1-1 with just these 2 teams. That's a 2-team parlay for you, McIntyre.
I don't hate it. Question 20, coming in hot. Sam K, does Zeke bounce back and find the end zone this week? Dallas, tough one against Minnesota. I don't know, Jeff, where are you on this one? The Dallas offensive line's rounding into form. Last time we saw the Cowboys, they looked pretty good, competitive, nearly beat the Steelers, if not for a fourth quarter collapse. Andy Dalton is back. Does that help Zeke or hurt him in this prop?
I would lean a little probably the over here just for it's a single touchdown, right? It doesn't say rushing or passing. We know how important it is in the pass game. They put Zach Martin, their all-pro Hall of Fame level right guard at right tackle to kind of shore up the offensive line. But Jason, I don't know why people aren't talking about the Vikings in this game. The Vikings are playing really good football right now. They just kind of monkey off their back, a Monday Night Football win for Cousins. They've run the ball well. They've scored 29 points on average the last 6 games. Why is no one talking about the Vikings this week? The Vikings should roll against the Cowboys.
Interesting. Now, Clinton, you're the former NFL running back. You know, Zeke Elliott, he's had some down moments this year. I know he had COVID earlier and he's bounced back. But, you think he scores a touchdown against a Vikings defense that looked pretty good? I mean, the Bears could do nothing, but then again, it is the Bears.
Well, I'm going to do this, right? But it's not for Zeke. It's for Cook. Because that's who's cooking. The chef is actually cooking that Vikings. You look at the Vikings offense with Cook in the game and how successful Cook has been. I just don't see it in the Cowboys. I think after losing Dak, that you kind of lost your heart and soul of the team. Your offensive line has been scrambled. Zeke doesn't have the same focus that we've seen him with Zach. You're not getting your playmakers the ball. I think you have so many people that you're trying to feed that you forget the one person that's always hungry is that back in the backfield, and that's Ezekiel Elliott. So hopefully that Dalton is back. You give the ball to Zeke more often because I'm not going to lose this game banking on Dalton out throwing Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, interesting. I will just say this, and Jeff, you made some good points. I don't know why the Vikings are a touchdown favorite here. I know the easy answer is, well, Dallas stinks. Okay, 3 weeks ago, Minnesota was like a 1-win team, and now they're a touchdown favorite. Something feels fishy there. I would lean Dallas or nothing, and I think Zeke could do well. All right, question 21. Let's go to Walker J. Which team can win me money today? Clinton, you're giving out multiple parlays here. We need one team to win you money. Who you got?
The Dolphins. One team. If I got to put it all on one team, the Dolphins. And that's because of everything we've already discussed. Lock being the quarterback, the uncertainty of Lock, that running game not being really dominant, your defense not being the same defense without Von Miller. And the Dolphins, actually, defense is playing outstanding. They score multiple ways, special teams, defense, all 3 phases can score. So I'm looking at those Dolphins.
I have a feeling I know where Jeff's going. Just a little bit of a feeling. Jeff, which team can win Mr. Walker J some money today?
I mean, I feel obviously boring giving out the Chiefs, but look, just add on to Clinton's parlay, right? Go
Four
Steelers money line,
Four
go
teams.
Ravens, and the Chiefs. Just add those three in a money line parlay like you talked about.
And the Dolphins.
And the Dolphins, 4. There you go. Get a 14 money line parlay, folks. Have some fun today.
Okay, mine will be, and this is chalky, and I know I say avoid double-digit favorites. I think Pittsburgh puts it on Jacksonville here. By the way, Jake Luton, I think he's starting. I haven't seen if Minshew's active or not, but you look at this Pittsburgh team. What do they do better than anybody, folks? Top 5 in pressure rate, lead the NFL in sacks, top 5 in blitz percentage. Jake Luton, rookie, he's faced pressure 21 times this season. He has 2 interceptions. He has 5 completions. This could be a bloodbath. I like Pittsburgh a lot. Let's get to the next one. Oh, look at that. Put my kids' college tuition. Now, my kids are in the vicinity. They are happy. I can report they are happy that I'm betting their college tuition on the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road today. All right, let's get to question 22. James P., does the over hit in the Chiefs-Raiders matchup this weekend? Now, there is some line movement here. Producer Conrad, can you fill us in?
Hey guys, yeah, I mean, Kansas City opened the week up at -7, but throughout the week, the game was off the books completely with almost the entire Raiders defense in COVID protocol, with the line reopening later on in the week at KC -8. As of this morning, I know Jeff was licking his chops with KC back to only a 7-point favorite before seeing some late money coming in now as Kansas City -7.5. Does -7.5 Kansas City change your guys' way of betting this game?
Divisional home underdog getting more than a touchdown. Jeff, I might put some late money here on the Raiders.
You're just doing that. You're just doing that to spite me. That's all you're doing that for. You're just doing that to go against. I'm going to pull up one more stat here. Since 2003, NFL road favorites after a bye, 64% against the spread. Jason, there we go.
I like that. Clinton?
I've been telling you all, Le'Veon Bell coming off a bye week. Andy Reid, outstanding. You're going to work Edwards-Helaire. You get Sammy Watkins back. You know what? If I was to tease this game, I'm teasing it up for the Chiefs to cover 14.
A pleaser? Or you going to pleaser here? Oh, wow. Okay.
You guys know how Clinton Portis, you know what position he was, because he didn't mention Tyreek Hill. He went Le'Veon Bell, Edwards-Helaire. I mean, he started with the running back.
But you already know Hill and Kelsey are going to get theirs. Mahomes, I don't have to talk about them.
I got Mahomes in fantasy. He needs to go off today. All right, let's get to question 23. Remember, we got 20 minutes left. Hit us up in the Facebook groups, and there is a special surprise coming up later in the show. Francisco loves seeing Alex Smith back, but can he cover against this lowly Bengals team? Come on, dude. They're not lowly. Clinton, Alex Smith, big game against the Lions last week. Where are you on this one?
I think Alex Smith gets this win. And the reason I say this is the Bengals defense is horrible. Their offensive line, Joe Mixon. Burrow is playing at a high level, but the matchup, because the Washington football team defensive line against the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line, I think Burrow is going to have to run for his life. So I like Alex Smith and the Washington football team to cover.
All right, real quick, I do want to say McVay went to Washington with the Rams, and I was on Washington, and McVay tore him apart. I mean, it was dink, dunk, bing, bang, boom.
Why would you be on Washington with McVay going there?
Hold on. Now, Zach Taylor is a McVay guy. Do you think Zach Taylor – and, Jeff, you would know this. Do you think Zach Taylor called up McVay, hey, what did you see against Washington? Now, you guys did some great stuff. And as friends, they get together because Cincinnati has Boyd, Higgins. They got some offensive pieces. I think the Bengals are live here, Jeff.
So does he also get the Rams pass rush and the Rams offensive line?
No,
the Rams,
does Aaron Goff come with that? Does Jalen Ramsey come with it?
Does he get everyone else with him too, or did he just to call him up and say, "Hey, buddy, I saw that you ran the ball well. Can I have your offensive line, please?"
I saw that you got a few sacks. I saw that Aaron Donald was disruptive. How did he do that?
All right, let's get to question 24. Julius checking in. Question 24. Oh, no. We've got a special guest since J-Mac is now craving pancakes. Is he going to Uncle Bill's plus 110 or IHOP? Hashtag talk the line. David Katz, of course, big boss, big executive, watching the show. I'm an Uncle Bill's pancake guy myself. IHOP, the lines are too long. Love the question, Mr. Katz. Thank you for checking in. All right, let's move it. Question 25. I'm also told in the ear we got to pick up the pace. Producer Conrad said, get it going. Julius, Nick Chubb is the best running back in the league. Does he go over $150? Clinton, did Julius just disrespect Dalvin Cook?
I think he did. But Nick Chubb is a good running back. He's coming back from injury. 150 is a lot to say. It's hard to say a back is going over 150 against anybody because normally in that type of situation, if you're in position to go over 150, you're being pulled. And I don't see the Cleveland being in a game where they're in a blowout and pulling Chubb. So I don't think he goes over 150.
All right, let's go to question 25. On our way to 60 questions in 60 minutes. It's going to be tough. Ken W., what's your strongest over-under pick of the weekend? Geoff Schwartz, I have a feeling I know where you're going, but never can be too sure.
Well, over-under, I really like Jared Goff under his pass yardage for this week. I know the game is tomorrow night, but he's not going to throw for a lot of yards, folks. He's going to be under duress the entire game. Tampa Bay's defense second in total defense, especially on the pass side. I like Jared Goff under. I have to wait for tomorrow night for that one, but I like that one.
Clinton, anything strongest over-under of the weekend?
I like Cleveland under. The entire game. I like Cleveland.
Yeah, we had that weather report earlier. That's not bad. How about this one, folks? You ready? Can I see the total for Vegas Chiefs? Okay, it's in the dome. We know it's two high-octane offenses. Look at this total, 56.5. Guys, you know what this says? Everybody scores in Vegas. I like the over in Vegas Chiefs. Yes, Jeff, I'm piggybacking finally on your team. All right, let's get to question number, I forget what number, 27. 27. Does Jalen Ramsey lock up Mike Evans on Monday Night Football? Ooh, Jeff, this is interesting. Now,
yeah,
are we going to put Ramsey on Evans? Are we sure he doesn't go on Godwin, Gronk, Antonio Brown? What are we doing with Jalen Ramsey here?
I would say slightly under here. And it's not really because of Ramsey. It's because Tom Brady and Mike Evans don't really connect very well. Now, they're good in the red zone, which obviously doesn't matter very much to the yardage total. For touchdowns, I would take Mike Evans over here. But there's like some connection missing between them. Obviously, Antonio Brown's there now. Godwin's healthy. I would say under the yardage just because Tom doesn't target him very much.
Yeah, that Rams secondary was dynamite last week. Kid named Williams was phenomenal against Russell Wilson. They were good. All right, question 28. Hassan, is the Packers-Colts game a lock to go under? Clinton, why are we letting guys throw around the word lock here?
I have no idea, but you have two teams that's capable of scoring. I don't really see a lot of defense from the Packers, but I see a lot of offense from the Packers. So I think this game could go over. I think Aaron Rodgers will score, and then you look at the Colts, they can score. So over.
I kind of like that. Jeff, any lean here? I'm with the over.
Just over is more fun to root for. Root for that.
Life is too short to bet the under. Question 29. Let's rock and roll. We got Tyler W. Would you take the Falcons on the money line? Now, that's enticing. Clinton, Falcons money line. I think there's a good number. Look at that, plus 160. That's not bad.
Listen, I already took them.
Oh,
I already took them. Money line. The Falcons money line, and I hate to say it. Listen, I already took them. I love the Falcons in this game just because of the uncertainty at the quarterback position for the Saints.
Interesting. Jeff, you riding with him on the money line, doing the dirty bird there in Charlotte?
As soon as I saw Taysom Hill announce the starting quarterback, I went and bet the Falcons. Look, the Falcons, by the way, under Raheem Morris, have done a good job. They should have won that game where Gurley did not take a knee, obviously. Their offense with Morris is up to 6 now the last 3 weeks in expected points added, kind of a measure of efficiency offensively. The Falcons are playing some good football. Give me the Falcons in this game.
I think the Falcons started last year, was it 1-6, and then they won like 6 of 8 to finish the season. Yeah. I don't know if they're going to duplicate that. They did beat the Saints last year. I think it was 26-9 in a major upset as double-digit dogs. This is all of a sudden, the uncertainty here. We're all excited for this game. All right, let's get to question 30. Halfway there. Scott R., Is the Bengals +2 free money? Clinton, we're on different sides. I'll let you talk to Scott R here.
I don't think it's free money. Again, as I said, I think this Washington football team defensive line covers those 2 points. And offensively, if Alex Smith can get going, I know it's been a feel-good story. This is his second full week of practice, so therefore he should have some kind of connection with his receivers. If they could get going, running game, Gibson, McKissick, those guys are starting to play good. I like Washington in this.
I love this question, Jeff. Are the Bengals, what are they, 1 win? Are the Bengals free money? Jeff, come on.
No, the Bengals are not free money, but they do cover a lot of football games. But I think this line is too close to cover, right? You basically have to have them lose by a point or two, which is really tough to do in the NFL. So I think Washington does win this game. I think Washington wins this game by a field goal. I would never take the Bengals as free money.
Okay, so just a quick note. The Bengals have gotten stopped by the Steelers and Ravens. Every other game, they were in it and super close to winning and covering. And I think the Bengals are the side here, man. I don't know about free money, but I think the Bengals are the side. Let's get to the next question. 31. Oof. Benjamin R. Colts given the points or just take the money line? Jeff, can you talk a little bit about the difference in value of giving the points or taking the money line?
So the Colts are favored by about 2 right now, and you'd have to lay basically $110 to win 100 if they win by at least 3. It's 2.5 right now, right? So you need that field goal victory. If they win on just the money line, you take them straight up to win the game. You have to give a little bit more money to win the same amount of money. So the money line will pop up here in a second. You have to put down, let's say, $125 to win 100, but all they have to do is win the game. So you have to choose between what value you want. Do you want to put a little bit more money and not have to win by a field goal, or just take a little bit less money but have them win by the field goal?
Yeah, and Clinton, you've been around long enough. I've made enough bets on Aaron Rodgers to know that if it's a close game, I like Aaron Rodgers. And if it's a close game, I don't like Phillip Rivers. No disrespect to Mr. Rivers. But Clinton, there's a big disparity in quarterback here, especially money line versus the points.
Listen, I have to go with the money line. I want the for sure money. If I'm going to take something, I'm not going to worry about they win the game and don't cover, and you're sitting here, you don't know whether to be mad or happy. I don't know if this is your team, so you don't know how to feel. Money line. If you're going to take Indy, money line Indy, 125, 130, pay $100. Take the win.
Okay, let's get to question number 32. My favorite number, Magic Johnson, one of my favorite players of all time. Dylan W. Devontae Adams is unguardable. Does he get another 75 yards and a touchdown? Quick note on Devontae Adams. He will likely be matched up with Xavier Rhodes, okay? Xavier Rhodes is playing at a high level for the Colts this year. Folks, Xavier Rhodes was with the Vikings. Devontae Adams essentially ran him out of the division. Devontae Adams will shred this guy. We know he's one of the best route runners in the league. I like how you phrase it, unguardable. If there's a bet on turf, I know Lazard's back and he's going to eat a little bit into Adams, but 75 yards receiving and a touchdown feels like a layup to me. Jeff?
I would just take the over on all the Adams props. He does every single week. I feel just better taking Adams because he just ends up producing when healthy. So I would go over here. Plus, you get a little bit of value on the plus 110.
Clinton, anything on Devontae Adams?
Check.
Check. I like it. Brevity. Question 33. Let's rock and roll. Andy Dalton is back. I don't know if that's a good thing. How are my Cowboys a 7-point dog? Let's go to Dr. P with an update on Andy Dalton.
Cowboys quarterback Andy Dalton was a full participant in practice this week. We can expect to see him back since he took a hard hit to the head in week 7, but it's been reported that he also had COVID-19 while he was in the concussion protocol, and he was actually symptomatic where it hit him pretty hard the first day. Andy went through the concussion protocol and is now emerged. If he starts this week, we can expect his productivity, I think, to actually be pretty good because he actually emerged quite well just from concussion protocol. But given COVID, I would expect his statistics to be right about the same as his baseline.
Interesting. Just a quick note on this one. Part of the gambling process, guys, remember, it's not just the pick, it's the process. I've been reading about Dalton for a few weeks, and it sounds like he got hit really hard. Dr. P with great stuff. Not just the COVID, but the concussion on top of it. Yeah. I actually felt decent if Garrett Gilbert were going to be the starter here. I don't know about Dalton. Jeff, You have a lean on this one?
Yeah, I love the Vikings here. I do not understand why more people have not taken the Vikings this week. Dalton said, I think he can't taste very well, still can't smell things very well. And we've seen, by the way, Cam Newton come off COVID. It took him a couple of weeks to kind of get back in the groove of things, right? So I think Dalton's struggling this weekend. Vikings are feeling great about themselves. A lot of confidence. I like the Vikings.
Clinton, anything on Andy Dalton?
So in the concussion protocol, your vision is blurry, you can't see. So he can't see, he can't taste, and he can't smell, but you're expecting him to cook up just 7 points? No, I see something fishy about this line. I think Minnesota should be way bigger. This would be another one of those games that I say money line.
All right, let's roll. Question 34 here. Got about 10 minutes left, folks, and there's exciting stuff happening right around the corner. Blake M., is it just me, or does the Jags plus 425 money line look tasty? Jeff is our resident pancake expert here.
No, absolutely not. This does not look juicy at all. Do not do it. Do not do it. Doesn't look tasty. Stay away. Run away. Run away.
Clinton, I mean, come on. This man wants to take the Jags on the money line against the undefeated Steelers.
Listen, Jeff said run away. I'm telling you to run further than Forrest Gump ran. Just keep on running.
Yeah, listen, we saw the Steelers as 2 touchdown favorites against the Cowboys, okay? Now they're only 10 against the Jags, and the Jags, you could argue, are as bad as the Jets. So I don't totally get this line. I think they want you to take the Jags. You got to ride the Steelers here. All right, we are through 34 questions. Pretty impressive. We're going to do our big picture takeaways, projecting what's going to happen today. And I think, Jeff, you want to get us started? We're calling this our cheat sheet for Week 11. Geoff Schwartz, Mr. Chiefs, go first.
Look, I made this case many times this week. The Chiefs are the most motivated team in the NFL right now. They're going to come out after a bye, and they're going to smoke the Raiders. I cannot say this enough, and I hope they make me look really good. The Rams, I know it's tomorrow night, but I feel very strongly in the Rams offense having a really tough go of it tomorrow night in Tampa Bay. I love the Tampa Bay Bucks to cover that game, win by at least a touchdown. And then, look, Taysom Hill, man, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know if Sean Payton's bored. I don't know if Taysom Hill has something that he's hiding about Sean Payton. I don't know what it is. I don't get it. And so I'm with the Falcons here. I don't get it, man.
Let me just quickly, before we get to Clinton, let me ask, Taysom Hill, they paid him $16 million a year. Is this part of Sean Payton saying, I've got to prove it to everybody that I invested in this guy. I'm going to show you what he's worth. Is it that kind of deal?
Why would you pay a guy you don't know anything about? I don't get, right? No one in the NFL pays people they don't know anything about. They pay people who they think can produce at a high level, especially if you're going to pay them $16 million a year. That's just bad business. So again, I don't understand the fascination with the guy who's listed as a tight end in their offense.
All right, Clinton, your Week 11 cheat sheet takeaways.
Well, before we get to that, just going back to what you guys were talking about, I think when you look at Taysom Hill, if you're recruiting a guy in college and he has athlete by his name, you're excited about it. That's why you pay Taysom Hill $16 million, just because he's an athlete. So that doesn't mean he's a starting quarterback. That means he's capable of doing a lot of things, which we don't know what those are altogether. But to pull up my list, I love the Dolphins. I love the Dolphins. I just think it's something about Tua week in, week out. He's growing. That team is playing for him, playing behind him. They have to establish a running game. But because they play 3 phases, take the Dolphins. The Vikings, we all said it. No one knows why they're only 7 with Cousins and Cook. Cousins coming off of Monday night and Cook coming off of just dominant performances all season. And the Patriots, huge win for them against the Ravens. Now you're going to the Texans, who I think are trying to tank for somebody. I don't know who they're tanking for, but they're definitely tanking, whether it's a coach or not. But that's what I like.
All right, let me ask now. Here's a number for you. I know you guys like the numbers. McCarthy off a bye, and obviously a lot of it was with Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. 11-3-1 against the spread. A little different with Andy Dalton here, but does that factor in at all, Clinton, when you hear Mike McCarthy with an extra week to prepare is excellent?
No, because he had Aaron Rodgers with those extra weeks compared to having Andy Dalton coming off of concussion and COVID. So I think it's totally different. It doesn't factor in. I actually think they get blown out.
All right, let me tell we got some late news here on the Texans from your pick. Laramie Tunsil, their left tackle, he ain't going to play today. That's not good news, Jeff. I'll let you chime in shortly. But Clinton, let me ask you this. You look at that Texans schedule of opponents they've played. They've lost 6 games to teams with winning records, and then the other team they lost to is the Vikings. I know they only beat the Jags twice, but this has been the toughest schedule in the league. Are the Texans a little undervalued here, Clinton?
I don't think so. No running game. And you go and you trade Hopkins, that ruins your entire locker room. No one in that locker room, everyone in that locker room is still in disbelief that they don't have D-Hop, especially when you see him go over 3 guys a couple weeks ago for the game-winning touchdown. So that's just one of those organizations that the coaching, whatever was going on within that organization, has bled into the locker room. Everybody kind of worn out. Guys looking at, I might be out of here by the trade deadline. So I think they just lost the locker room. That team, you could pack them up for the rest of the season.
All right, Jeff, real quick on Laramie Tunsil. Big deal, no deal?
It's a huge deal for them. Look, we know this. The Titans aren't as good without their left tackle. The Ravens aren't as good without their left tackle. The Rams aren't as good without their left tackle. Now you have the Texans, who, by the way, yes, they played a tough schedule, Jason. They've covered 1 game this season. 1 game. And that was a win against Jacksonville. They didn't even cover the second time they played Jacksonville. So, yeah, they might be a tough schedule, but they're not even playing games close right now. Give me the Patriots here. I'm with Clinton.
All right, let me get to my week 11. Week 11 cheat sheet. I'm with Clinton here. I think the Dolphins stamped themselves as legit contenders in the AFC East. All 3 phases, we're just waiting for Tua to kick it in offensively. Defense and special teams are there. I need to see him put it on a Broncos defense that looked like they kind of quit last week when they saw Drew Lock turning the football over. I gave out this stat on Thursday, okay? The Raiders were down both their starting tackles. The Broncos had 0 quarterback hits. Did not touch Carr. Like, that's unacceptable. Are they quitting on Fangio and Drew Lock, who looks like a disaster? I've talked about the Steelers a little bit. I really think they bury the Jaguars. They heard about the letdown stuff a little bit against Dallas, and then they let down. I don't think it happens this week. Mike Tomlin had a great quote about how we're not playing a MAC team. This is an NFL team. We're not going to destroy anybody. These guys are good. And my final week 11 cheat sheet takeaway, you might need to pull it up as I have just forgotten it. There, thank you. Okay, Aaron Rodgers. I gave out the dome numbers earlier in the show. 3 games, 73% completions in a dome, 12 TDs, 0 picks on the fast surface. I like the Packers. All right, guys. Hey, 3 minutes left in the show. Remember, hashtag talk the line. Tweet us your gambling questions. You know, you can hit us up on social media. We've got that stellar Facebook group. That's where all the cool people are, right, Jeff? I know you're hanging out on the Facebook group, batting it around with the listeners and viewers there. Question 35, Jalen B. Better quarterback to bet on currently? Ooh, Joe Burrow or Carson Wentz? Clinton, I'll give you this one first.
Listen, Carson Wentz, for some reason, when you think he's dead, show you he's resurfacing. But Joe Burrow is doing something special just because he can move, you know, he can get out of the pocket, he can move the pocket, his accuracy, and he has weapons. So right now, because Carson Wentz has no receivers, the running game is not proven, the offensive line is banged up, I would say Joe Burrow, just because he has more weapons.
All right, Jeff, we might need to spike it here. 2-minute warning coming up. What do you better quarterback to bet on?
Today it's Carson Wentz.
Oh, wow. In windy Cleveland. Okay, I'm going to punt on this one. 2-minute warning, folks. Rapid fire time. They're coming hot and heavy. Let's rock and roll. Ben L., am I crazy to do the unders look great this weekend? Life is too short to bet on the under. Jeff, your thoughts?
I do like some unders.
Ooh.
So I would never say it's too short. But, yes, there's a lot of weather, man. Weather, cold, beat-up teams. So there are some unders I like, especially in Cleveland.
All right, next question. Marcus A., does Patrick Mahomes go Madden mode and torch the Raiders? Clinton?
Yes, that 99 rating is in full effect.
99 rating. All right, question 38. Peter J., over under in Rams Bucks. What's the number on that?
Under.
Under. Geoff Schwartz, he's given out all unders this week. All right, next question. 48's the total, Jeff.
Under.
Okay. Timmy W., is this the game Pittsburgh finally finds its running game? Clinton?
They should. I think they should be up early. So therefore, in the second half, they just pounded just to get out of Jacksonville and run the time off the clock.
All right, next question. Terry P, rate my teaser. Geoff Schwartz, Chiefs, Titans, Eagles.
Love it. It's fantastic.
Clinton.
I think you should take the Eagles, add that, and make it the under. Everything else looks fine.
All right, question 41, 30 seconds left. Is New Orleans still a Super Bowl contender without Drew Brees? Yeah.
No.
You don't trust
Sorry for
Jason?
laughing, Thomas. No.
Thomas, I love it. All right, next question, 42. Better bet Jags plus 10.5 or Saints -4. Clinton?
Saints -4.
I would say Saints as well.
Saints.
Yeah, all right. Question 43. Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert to start a team with. Who asked that? Joe B? Huh?
Burrow.
Herbert.
Oh, I'll split the difference. I'll go Burrow. Oh, look at that. Hey, guys, this was great. A lot of fun. Remember, join our Facebook group. Hit us up on social media. Use the hashtag. He's Geoff Schwartz. He's Clinton Portis. I'm J Money Mac. Wearing my green today. Hoping to come through. Guys, we had a lot of fun. Thanks a lot. And we'll talk to you tomorrow with Carissa Thompson and Colin Cowherd.